taking responsibility for myself this summer has been a little challenging. And I say that because I got on the scale and I have gained some weight back. I'm a firm believer in the keto lifestyle, but for whatever reason this summer, it was a bit challenging. And I blame myself for that. I can't blame anybody else. I make my own decisions and the choices that I eat. Hi, my name is Maureen. Thank you for joining me. The only thing stopping you or me from success is 6 inches. It's between here, and that's my brain, my thoughts. 6 inches. With 6 inches limiting us, it's like, where's my excuse? I have no excuse. I just need to do it. Well, I can blame others because I gained the weight because they had a party and I couldn't control what I put in my mouth, or I can blame it on the rain, or I can blame it on traveling, or I can blame it on all kinds of things. But the decisions that I made for myself. Can't blame anybody else. Sometimes when we make excuses, they're out of fear because fear equals failure, but it doesn't always work that way. You can try things over and over, and whether you're successful or you're maybe not so successful, fear is the thing that's going to stop us. So I'd wake up each day thinking, okay, today's the day I'm gonna get back on track and do my keto. Again, I'm not giving you medical advice. This is what works for me. You have to do your own research to figure out what kind of lifestyle works best for you. Today, I just wanted to talk about, I guess, the keto refreshers that I need to do to restart my ketogenic lifestyle. So let's get right to it. Hi, my name is Maureen, and I appreciate you joining me today. So who is it that you want to be? Do you want to be a better version of yourself? Are you happy with who you are? Do you want to feel better in your clothes? Does it not matter? Everybody's journey is different, and perfection, my perfection, or who I want to be, may be different than yours. Your version of perfection could look completely different. Perfection for me is not getting on the scale and looking at a number. It's how I feel in my clothes and how I feel in my own skin. Some people, perfection may be that they have to have a collared shirt, or they have to have the latest fast fashion clothing, or maybe it's that their makeup has to be perfect. Well, for me, it's how my clothes fit, And they've been fitting a little bit snug for 2 reasons. One reason I think that I fell off the keto wagon is because I've had some more shoulder issues and I'm having some knee issues. So my exercise regimen has not been as strict as it has been in the past. Yes, it's my fault because I overdid it. I'm still walking. I can still do a lot of things that I was doing, except I've had to modify it. So I'm gonna say whatever lifestyle, diet changes that you're making in your life, the one thing that I found in success after no exercise versus exercise is the weight gain, or the flabbiness, or the loss of tone. When the loss of tone changes for me, my clothes feel tighter, they're more snug. So I know that I need to up my exercise or look for alternatives. So let's talk about the keto refreshers for me that maybe I can share with somebody else who may have not been so successful this summer, which is interesting because summer is usually it's the time where everybody seems to lose weight because of all the fresh fruit, produce, vegetables. I don't know, I kind of discovered sugar again and kind of screwed myself up with that. Number 1 keto refresher is a non-scale refresher is inches versus loss. You can get on the scale and you can see your numbers go down, but for me, it's how do my clothes fit? Are they tight? Are they snug? Am I comfortable? So that is the number 1 thing, is that the scale really didn't matter. It's how my clothes were fitting. The second one is I have to keep it simple. If I want to overcomplicate recipes, if I want to overcomplicate my lifestyle, I am going to fail. I can't cook with 30 ingredients like a lot of my friends. I'm not a gourmet cook. Actually, I'm not really a cook at all, but I try. So I have to just keep it very, very simple. I don't get caught up in something that's marketed, and that's the word, marketed as keto food, you're going to be paying a premium for keto food. You can eat all the foods you like on the ketogenic lifestyle. You just have to modify it or make your own. While one of your friends may be eating crackers, you can eat crackers. You just have to make them yourself out of like a cheese, a cottage cheese and some butter or avocado. Bake it or put it in, fry it in a pan, and so it's crunchy. So make your own food. Eliminate the processed foods. And that was the other thing. We ate out a bit because we did some traveling. The third thing is get rid of the junk in your pantry if you can. Boy, there's hidden carbs everywhere. I love ketchup. I think ketchup should be part of the food pyramid. Ketchup is full of salt. So make your own ketchup. Make a low version. Make a low calorie, low carb ingredient ketchup, and which is very easy to do. Buy a Primal Kitchen. I think it's Uncle Ray's. He has a ketchup. You can make your own. The fourth thing is electrolytes. Electrolytes keep us hydrated. Electrolytes help keep us filled, so we feel fuller. It helps keep our water. We really need to increase our electrolytes. It helps with the brain fog. It's going to eliminate those hunger pains at nighttime. When we all have a tendency to graze through our cabinets, like I've talked earlier about, like going through and mowing down a bag of coconut, which really isn't good for you. So that's really important, is just to keep those electrolytes. So add Himalayan sea salt to your foods, because if you can't drink a water with a Soleil solution or electrolytes in it, add more salts to your food. Himalayan sea salt, not the other kind. Go with the healthy salt. The fifth one is exercise. Keep moving. You have to move your body. If you're not helping your body exercise and move, you're just sitting there. Your lymphatic system is not draining. You're retaining water, and you just don't feel good. So whatever moving looks like to you, start small, start simple, and then increase it. So I became complacent, and I just, I walked my dog, and yes, I did do Pilates, but I've had to modify so much because of injuries. And I'm going to physical therapy, and I'm going to help my body, but I need to start with my diet. I need to clean up my diet that went crazy. It went crazy. Had a grand old summer. I became too comfortable in not working out, and I didn't watch my carbs. And that's when I talk about the sugar that I was eating. I wasn't watching the carbs, and I wasn't watching the sugars. And all of that adds up, which meant that my clothes became snugger, and the scale went up. I'll just say that the scale went up. So, when you think about who you want to be as a person, and it's not so much of a diet or lifestyle, it's like, do you want to be a better version of yourself? And how do you get there? You can't blame others. You got to take your responsibility for yourself. And remember, our life is a book, and it's filled with different chapters. We each go through seasons of life or different chapters. There's 12 months this year, and each month looked completely different. Each month looked different. I wish they all looked the same, but they look completely different. But those 12 months or 12 chapters help make up a book of 2025. So, but I'm happy. Life is still good. It's just, it was a little too good based on how my clothes are feeling. I don't look that others owe me anything. The decisions I've made are my decisions. Some people can get in the blame game and say, oh, well, they don't deserve it. I'm the one that did all of the meat prep, the meal prep, the laundry. My husband do it. I can't blame him for my failures or my success. He doesn't owe me any of that. I'm responsible for myself, and I'm glad and happy to do it. And I'm here to be my husband's helpmate, not just to wait on him, but we work together as a team. But I didn't do real well, and we just became complacent. For me, eating can become an escapism for me because it's something that I can control or can't control. There's so many things in our world, in our life, that we have no control over. Eating is something that I can control, but I'm an emotional eater, And if things are a little out of chaos, the first thing I'm going to do is go into my cabinets. And that's why, in my 5 keto refreshers is to clean out your food pantry so you don't have all these foods with these high carbs. Eating it's part of being social. It's part of so many of our lives. I've talked about this in previous videos, but just think about what you're putting in your mouth and what your end goal is. We need to care about something, or we need to have a goal. We need to be goal-oriented people. And for me, maybe my goal is going to be back to, 15,000 steps a day or 10,000 steps a day. If I'm not able to do one exercise because of my shoulder, which really limits, and because of my knee, then that's what I need to do. But I just need to make a difference. I need to take accountability. I need to care about something. I need to have a goal. So you have to figure out what drives you. For me, what's going to drive me is fitting in my clothes for the fall and for the winter. That's enough motivation to get back on the keto train, as I like to call it, and get away from processed foods. I need to start being in the kitchen more, making homemade food, and not depending on, let's say, Wendy's grilled chicken, which is fine, but I would rather have chicken at my house instead of going to Wendy's and having a plain chicken breast. You have to think also, what motivates you to get out of bed? We have to have a reason or something to look forward to in our life. What motivates us to get out of bed? So me, it's going to be having a healthier lifestyle, putting clean foods back into my body. Our garden is played out. We've got a second garden. In fact, I did a video on heirloom seeds, and my husband took some cucumbers and he threw it back in the garden just because they were rotten. Well, guess what? We're having another harvest of really wonderful cucumbers. So you can eat that on keto, which is great because we've got plenty of fresh cucumbers. So finally, feeling better. Don't we all want to feel better each day? So that's something to look forward to. So when we clean up our diet, we start moving, we start changing our mindset. We don't let these 6 inches between our ears stop us. We have to keep moving forward. So as a refresher for the keto lifestyle, the main thing that we have to focus on is our protein intake. Try to keep it at 25, depending on your weight is, between 25 and 35 grams of protein with each meal. We have to have low carb. I keep mine under 20, and my carbs usually go with my vegetables. That's where my carbs come in, or my cheese. You also could add a few healthy berries, like blueberries, which are the healthiest superfood and a berry that you could put or consume into your body. Make sure your foods are all nutrient dense. So your diet is, you're not craving foods, you're not grazing. So just make sure it's very nutrient dense and as clean as possible. Remember, to burn the fat gives us fuel to live for the day. So burning fat equals fuel. Don't be afraid to add butter. Don't be afraid to add a little bit of clean olive oil. Don't forget to eat ghee. That's a healthy food because our body needs all of this to function. So I'm making a commitment not only to myself, but to you that I am going to do a keto refresh, and I'm gonna start that tomorrow morning. I could do it tonight, but I'm gonna start it tomorrow morning. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Tell me what change you're gonna make. What is gonna motivate you tomorrow to get out of bed? Have a great day. Be blessed.